10 years ago, a support group of St Canice parishioners responded to a call to mission. They travelled to East Timor to visit the Jesuit Mission in Railaco and chose not only to visit, but to stay with impoverished local people in small mountain communities. In the ensuing years, other parishioners have followed, very often in the company of Fr Steve Sinn, the driving force behind this relationship between St Canice's and Railaco. Since that time, through the generosity of St Canice community, great strides have been made, not only in alleviating hunger through a nutritious children's feeding program, but also paying for the ongoing operation of a mobile medical clinic and provision of medicines. Providing a secondary education for the children was also one of our important goals. In 2005, classes moved from an old tin shed to the first of what are now 5 buildings in the secondary school, and made possible with donations from St Canice parishioners. Infrastructure development is fast catching up. Water no longer comes in a hose from a stream up the hill, and electricity has finally arrived in Railaco. This video is an update for you, our generous supporters. It's also a plea. Our funds are in urgent need of replenishing. $10 or $100, whatever you can afford. All gratefully received. Thank you. Sue, what do you see, or what do you remember as the vision that you had for the relationship with Railaco that many years ago?
One word that we used endlessly in our discussions was that people need hope. You need some opportunity to have something better in your life to offer your children. So we wanted to offer them as much as we could by contributing to education. We identified education as in 3 ways: just straight academic type education, hygiene and nutrition. And they were the 3 things that we felt that we could contribute from.
Rita, you're a retired Good Samaritan nun, and yet we find you here working with a passion, and probably as hard as you've ever worked, in the missions in East Timor. What drives you?
The need that I see, and the fact that we have the capacity to help. I could see, I suppose because of my background, that they really needed help to be able to help themselves.
A group from St Canice parish came over to Timor, stayed in Railaco and stayed in some of the surrounding villages, and saw firsthand the great need. They could see the children were walking long distances, a couple of hours to get to school. That in the villages the children were very much undernourished, and there were no medical services.
Morning is broken. Father Bong has just finished celebrating morning mass at Railaco Mission Station in the mountains outside Dili in East Timor. Christina and the volunteers working with the children's feeding program are busy washing and cutting vegetables, cooking the chicken, the rice, boiling the eggs to make the nutritious meal that will deliver and serve to the children in 3 remote communities. Rui, a West Timorese Jesuit scholastic, is driving the Toyota 4-wheel drive into the mountains with Christina and novices from the St Paul de Chartres convent. The food smells so good, and I can hear it sloshing around in the huge pot as we bump over potholed and broken roads. In the 3 villages we visit today, many of the children are in their Sunday best to welcome and acknowledge special visitors, Father Chris, Sue and Michael, who represent the Jesuit parish of St Canice's in far-off Sydney. St Canice's is the source of ongoing funding for this important work. That's lovely. Welcome. Looking to an even brighter future for our secondary school, the new principal, Jesuit Father Roberto Holst, outlines his vision.
It is very clear for us, the new team who have been assigned by our regional superior to integrate Ignatian spirituality and to strengthen the Catholic identity of this school. Our thrust here is not just the formation of the students in terms of the academics, but we really want to work towards total formation. We would like them to know themselves better so that they'll be able to plan ahead and so that they become future leaders who are concerned about the future of the country as East Timorese, and in a particular way as Catholics. We would like to give them that understanding of how they can contribute to the development of the country in a particular way as Catholics and as East Timorese.
Over the years, we at St Canice's have provided nearly $500,000 towards the works of the Railaco Mission. Amazing generosity. Today, though, our funding pool for the ongoing commitments is in urgent need of replenishment. $10 or $100, whatever you can afford. All gratefully received. Thank you.
Amane, mai honero lara basalema.